Hey, what's going on? If you're watching this video right now, you're probably doing some research on Bjk University. You want to learn a little bit about Amazon FBA. So let's talk a little bit about Bashar's program right here, which you've probably seen, all right? And then we'll review whether this is something that's worth investing in or should you be doing something else, all right? So if you're watching, Bashar's video right now, then you might be checking out his Bjk University course, which is basically a program that's going to teach you how to sell physical products using Amazon, okay? Amazon FBA. All this means is you're making fulfillment by Amazon. You're starting an Amazon store, right? So what you have to do is you basically have to research physical products. You're going to use Amazon as a main fulfillment center, and they're going to do all the distribution for you to sell the products to people all over the world. That's kind of Amazon FBA in a nutshell, all right? Now, if you followed Bashar for any length of time, you can see that he's got a really amazing presence. So he's a great marketer. He's very, very big on YouTube. He's huge on Instagram. And you can see, just his Bjk University channel alone has over 219,000 followers. If you follow his main channel, Bashar, it's way more than that. And he's very, very aggressive. He comes out with a lot of great content, okay? But the question is how good is this Amazon FBA program? And then we'll talk about Amazon FBA as a business model as a whole to see whether this, really makes sense for you, right? So if you're here and you've never made money online before, maybe you've come across Bashar's 3-minute video here, right? It's a pretty cool 3-minute video. And if you click on, you don't have funds to invest, then he's going to send you to his YouTube playlist to educate you a little bit more, which is pretty cool, okay? And if you have some money, then he's going to send you directly to the checkout page here, right? Which is a $7 checkout. But the thing is that Bjk University is not $7. It's actually a $3,000 product, okay? So just be very aware of that, right? So this is the entry point. But in order for you to really access the full program and all the videos, the investment is $3,000. So he is quite upfront with that. Okay, and the reality is that if you want to get started in Amazon FBA, you need roughly about $10,000 in total for you to start, because you have to spend money on products. You have to buy the products for you to put them on Amazon, and you also need money to invest in the tools that's going to run your business, okay? And then you need enough money for, advertising to test and tweak and change stuff up. So it's not a very cheap business model. Amazon FBA is one of the more expensive business models out there. You need roughly about $10,000 in total for you to even just get started to begin with, right? So if you don't have $10,000 lying around, this is not the right business model for you, okay? Now let's talk about the actual training inside of Bjk University, right? So, Bashar is very successful. He's been around for a long time. There are a couple of good and bad things about his program, okay? So the good is that he's got great support, right? He's got coaches in there. He's got a mastermind, a community, which is great. So, if you message them, they're going to respond to you. The big problem is that a lot of the training is very generic, okay? So it's a very generic training on what is Amazon, the right business mindset to get started. He talks about how to find the right products, how to set up on Amazon, how to list things, and basically the strategy that he uses, which is kind of he doesn't focus on narrow products. He focuses on having a lot of products on Amazon and finding a lot of different products that can make you $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month in sales, okay? And having more of a shotgun approach rather than a kind of narrow focused approach. So that's kind of Bashar's angle on Amazon, which is fine. It's a great angle, right? The problem is that the training isn't super detailed on Amazon. All right, so he focuses a lot more on becoming a successful business person. So it's more like life coaching rather than becoming a great, Amazon seller. Okay, now that doesn't mean that the training doesn't work, because he has students obviously that have done very, very well. Okay, but the thing is that there are a couple of things that are difficult with Amazon as a whole, okay? So first of all, it's a highly restrictive business model, because unless you have 10,000 US dollars, there's no way that you can get started with Amazon, because that's just the business model, right? So Bjk University alone is going to cost you $3,000 upfront, which is quite pricey. There are other Amazon FBA courses out there that are a lot more affordable, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. I have seen more expensive ones too at $5,000 and upwards, right? So his is kind of somewhere in the middle, okay? But his refund policy is also very, very, it's not great, right? It's a 3-day refund policy. I've never seen a refund policy that is that short, right? Most Amazon FBA programs will have refund policies of 14 days or 30 days. These guys only give you 3 days, so you have to complete at least 30% of the program in 3 days. Otherwise, you are not eligible for a refund at all. So that might be a problem for a lot of people, especially for a digital course. That's something for you to decide on your own, right? So again, very unlikely that you can get a refund, and it's not the cheapest program out there. Okay, now let's talk about Amazon FBA as a whole, as a business model. So BJK University, in terms of the program itself, it's okay. He's got a lot of students, they've got great support. The training is pretty generic, I would say. I think that there are better Amazon FBA programs out there, to be honest. Okay, but yeah, if you go through the program and you work it super hard, can you make some sales? Yes, you can make some sales, but it's difficult. It's like pushing a boulder up a mountain. Now let's talk about Amazon FBA as a business model, right? Before we move to, and I'm going to show you a couple of business models that work even better than this, okay? So Amazon FBA is probably, I would say, one of the worst online business models out there, because it's, number one, it's very expensive, okay? And number two, the profit margins are very, very small, right? You have to understand the way that this business model works. You're selling physical products, right? So you're selling pens, you're selling fidget spinners, you're selling glasses, you're selling t-shirts, you're selling things like that. And when you're selling physical products, there is an invisible ceiling on how much you can charge for that product, okay? So you can't charge $100 for a pen, because people aren't going to pay more than a certain amount for a pen, right? Now, the money that you make is the uh, how much you actually source the product for. So maybe you find a retailer or supplier in China that's willing to sell you this pen for 50 cents, right? And then you have to pay Amazon for all the fees, the shipping, the handling, the fulfillment. That's why it's called FBA. It's Amazon Fulfillment by Amazon. They're going to charge you a certain amount of money for you to basically do all the shipping and handling and marketing through their platform. Now that's great, but it's very, very expensive. So you get to keep a very, very small part of the selling price, because you have to pay a supplier for the pen, you have to pay for all the marketing, you have to pay for all the fulfillment, and so the profit margin is extremely small, which means that Amazon FBA becomes a volume game. That means you have to sell hundreds and hundreds of products every single day in order for you to hit the big income goal. So if your income goal is 10,000 US dollars clean profit every single month, you have to sell a lot of product before you can make 10,000 US dollars clean profit every single month, okay? Which is possible. There are people out there that have done very well on Amazon FBA, but understand that it's like pushing a boulder up a mountain, okay? It's not an easy thing to do. It's very difficult, and it's very expensive, because you have to spend money upfront on not only the training, but on the product. You have to buy hundreds and thousands of pens before you can start to sell on Amazon, because you need the product first before you can sell it on Amazon. Does that make sense? So for all of those reasons, I don't think it's a great business model. Can you make money from Amazon FBA? Yes, you can. But is it easy? No, it's a very, very difficult business model. Okay, so just understand that when you're coming in to Amazon FBA as a business model, all right? So, Basha does a great job on Instagram about talking about the business, but it's not an easy business model at all. In fact, a slightly easier business model, and it's cheaper and it's more direct because you don't have to pay Amazon, is drop shipping. It's exactly the same thing, okay? The only difference is you're not using Amazon to fulfill your shipping and handling for you. You're doing it yourself. Now, drop shipping, there's a great course out there, and I think it's better than BJK University, and it's cheaper. It's called Ecom Elites, and you can check this out. This is by Franklin Hatchett, okay? And you can check it out. It's much, much more affordable. It's less than $1,000, and if you want to do a little bit of drop shipping, which I think is better than Amazon FBA because the cost is lower, but it's very, very similar, then you can check out Ecom Elites. But there's an even better business model out there. I think it's cheaper. You don't need $10,000 to get started, right? You only need maybe a couple of thousand to get started, all right? And the cost of running your business is only a few $100s a month, right? And it's called affiliate marketing, and that's what I do, okay? And so what I do is I sell, and I'm just gonna go to my partner center right here so that you can see that this is really me logging in right now, right? Let me show you my earnings and payouts. Okay, my earnings here, And this is just one product, okay? So I've made almost $100,000 selling this product online, and I don't use Amazon. I don't have to pay Amazon or any network any money in order to sell this product. All I do is I go out there, I find a group of people that have a problem, I find a digital product. It's not physical, this is all digital stuff, right? So you can download it straight away. So I don't have to spend $10,000 on buying the products. I don't have to go to China. I don't have to, go to AliExpress or anything like that. I don't have to deal with suppliers to ship the product to Amazon or to me, right? This is all digital 100%. So when I sell this product online, my customers get it straight away. Okay, that means that I don't have to customer service it. I don't have to ship it. I don't have to store it in my home, in my garage, or anything like that, right? And the profit margins are super high. We're talking about 50 to 80% profit margins, not 10 to 15% like what dropshipping and Amazon FBA is. Okay, so this is an example of one product that I sell online. If you have multiples of these products, this is how you can get into very, very big profit very quickly. Okay, now this is called affiliate marketing, which is different from Amazon FBA and dropshipping because you're selling other people's digital courses online, right? So all I'm doing is I'm finding a group of people that have a problem. I'm finding a digital product from another network, and all I'm doing is I'm connecting them together. And when people buy, I make a commission. It's very, very simple, right? And you can do this as well, all right? So it's a much cheaper business model. You don't need as much upfront capital. Nowhere close to $10,000, okay? This is probably one of the most affordable business models out there if you're looking for a business model to get started in, right? You don't have to customer service it. You don't need your own products. You don't have to create anything. You don't have to store anything in your garage. And the profit margins are way, way bigger than Amazon FBA because you don't have to give up any of the profits. And the most beautiful thing is that with digital courses, right, there is no invisible ceiling on the price. You can charge anything for the product. So you can sell a $1,000 product, if that makes sense, right? Because it's more about value rather than a physical product that's created in a factory that has all these fixed costs of producing it. I hope that makes sense, okay? So this is how I've been able to generate multiple six figures. And if you would like to do that as well, I've got a free training that will show you exactly how to do that. Okay, so you can check it out if you want. You can just register by clicking the link below. All right, and I hope that you enjoyed this review of Bjk University. Okay, again, pros and cons. It's not that you can't make money with Amazon FBA. You can. But it's very expensive, the profit margins are low, and the success rate is extremely low because of everything that we just spoke about. So completely up to you which direction you want to go. I wish you all the best. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope to see you on the workshop very, very soon. Take care.